Well, I've got a right treat here today. Here I have the brand new square set of Meeden soft oil pastels. Meeden are promoting these, as far as I can see, as their professional range. And at the moment there are only 48 colours and 2 blacks and 2 whites. They have come in this exquisite box, if I'm being honest. It's a really nice, it's got the texture of a canvas, this box here, and it's very thick. And my wife actually said it looks like a box of chocolates. Well, I thought that was a superb description, because they do, and they do seem luxurious even without looking at the pastels. And as this is their professional range, from what I can tell, then they've done a very good job of showing you that they are something special. And they have this nice gold writing on them. There's not a lot on the box. It does say scratch paint and gradient, stack colour, dot coating, mixing colours, flat coating, Meeden soft oil pastels. But that is all it says, unfortunately. I am a bit sad about that, but then on the other hand, on this one occasion, I think it would detract from the box. It would be nice to see something inset inside the cellophane when it's cellophane wrapped, and that would give you some idea. But shall we have a look inside the box? So it's got this band over it, which again is a brilliant idea. I mentioned it in the last video I did, that the box there had trays and it could do with something like this, and I think that's a fantastic idea. It would be better if it was in elastic, because it'd be more durable, but having said that, this is still good quality. So this box is quite exquisite, I have to say. It's a nice thick cardboard box. You won't need anything more than this. And when you open it up, you're greeted by this colour chart. And it says Meeden on there. And on the opposite side, oh, I've got it a bit dirty now. But it's a soft oil pastel colour card, and it gives you blocks for each one. And plenty of space in which to write the colour names or numbers or whatever they have on them. Very good. Excellent. It has a thin piece of foam, but then look at these. Wow. Don't they look just exquisite sitting in that box? I think they are one of the best presented oil pastels I have seen. I mean, you see them in boxes and what have you, wooden boxes I should say, but even then they don't look like this. And I have noticed that Meeden have changed the way they are now labelling these. Now, I don't know if that's to distinguish from their ordinary oil pastels, which I will also be reviewing again, because I now have the full set of 144 colours. But Meeden seem to have a knack of thinking outside the box and thinking how they can change things a little bit and making things a lot better. But this, for me, again, it's got this gold writing on them. It looks very exquisite. I think it looks, like my wife said, like a box of chocolates. Now, the pastels themselves are very big and very chunky. They have these sharp corners, and it is very warm in the UK today. It's unseasonably warm, in fact. But these still don't seem to be melting. So that's good. Very good. And on the pastels they have a number and they have a light fastness rating. Now, I do know that, having researched them now a bit, that the light fastness rating is the highest rating, and every single one of these pastels has that rating. And I have inquired as to what that standard is, so that we can get some more context to it. hopefully I will hear back soon. But they are quite firm, and they have these lovely sharp corners to them, and they feel quite large, but again, good quality in your hand. And the labels are really nice, and that's really about all it says on there, a number and a light fastness rating. But then, do they really need much more? I don't suppose they do. But I think they are very exquisite. Now, it's not a normal thing that I would do, but I am actually going to fill in this colour chart so you can see what the colours are once they're filled in. They have 3 whites and 3 blacks. Not entirely sure I see the point of the 3 blacks. 2 blacks would have been enough. And again, for me in particular, 3 whites is not necessarily needed. 2 would have been enough, but I have to say that's a great addition anyway for a lot of people. And there is a good range of colours in here. I think the colours just look quality. In particular, love this row. This row here. Look at these muted tonal earth tone colours. And there's a few nice purpley blues and dark blues in here. A couple of nice greys and a good set of greens. Really like this dark green. It's got a very good range for 48 colours. Every single one of these colours is opaque, according to the colour guides. I have to say that one looks quite transparent. It might just be the card that we're doing it on, because it's not necessarily a card I would choose to do oil pastels on. But it's handy to have as a colour guide. These feel very nice. And you can see that I'm actually, I'm not taking a lot of care, but I'm actually filling in the boxes quite nice, so it shows that you can get some detail and precision, if that's what you're after, of course. Don't forget that you have my discount code, JRE Meeden 163, I think it is. I will put it in the description anyway. These do feel very nice, and when we get to the blending I'll tell you a bit more. Well, there's your colour chart. It will give you some idea of what they're like. They felt absolutely exquisite. It's not the perfect card to do them on, I have to be honest. So when I come up next, I'm going to show you how they blend on a proper piece of pastel paper. So that's up next. So that's just a quick look at what the colours are like. And, you know, pause it if you want to have a good look. I'm just going to do some blending. Let's see what they blend like, shall we? And I'll tell you what they feel like and my thoughts. So they're quite chunky, but feel nice in the hand. Now, there are permutations to this. I can use on corners and make really small marks. I can use edges and make bigger marks. And, you know, there's quite a lot of ways to use these. But for the moment, I'm just going to do a bit of blending. They feel very smooth, silky, and quite firm. When I say they're firm, they also are soft, which kind of contradicts it, I know, but they are soft, but they don't feel like they're just going to melt in your hands. I mean, you can see at the end of the pastel that there is softness, but they just don't feel like they're going to just melt away, which is really good. They're not flaky. They go on very nice, quite like a thick lipstick, I suppose. They're not smooth, they're not as soft as Senneliers or the Light Wishes, and I think, in all honesty, I prefer this texture. This is more the texture I like. Let's put a yellow here. Yeah, they're really nice. Put some yellow down into that, I didn't mean to. It's because I'm not used to doing it that way, am I? I usually go across like this, not up and down like that. But we'll see what they mix like. They're really nice. They're going on like... they kind of remind me to some extent of the Holbeins, but the Holbeins are a lot harder. These are really nice, really, really nice. Let's choose a different colour. Quite like this colour, so we'll choose this colour. They're nice. See, when I say they're nice, they're kind of different in that, you know, you get the softness of, say, the Light Wish, but then you get a nice firmness. These actually, to me, feel a bit firmer than their round sticks, than the Meeden round sticks, that is. So that is quite good, because I felt that I wanted a little bit more firmness. So let's see how they blend. Oh, look at that. Wow. I kind of feel like I'm getting the best of both worlds here. I'm getting a really nice, creamy, smooth look with a soft, blending, silky texture. They are blending, oh wow, one of the best I've seen so far. I say that quite a lot, don't I? But it just seems to me that oil pastels are just getting better and better and better, even the cheaper versions. And these are not expensive. Well, I don't think they're expensive, let's put it that way. Oh wow, that's a supreme blend, but with a nice firm texture. I feel that for me personally and my style of painting, these are going to lend themselves brilliantly, because I just feel like I will get the blends I want, I will also get the textures I want and the details I want. So there's a bit of everything going on here. Look at that. See, pilling? No pilling. Didn't expect there would be. Well, they come in a luxurious box. They feel luxurious. They look luxurious. They definitely are luxurious. I mean, look at that. I've blended and blended as I normally do, just to see how they end up being. And I'm just blending and blending and blending. And even then, they're still keeping up their performance. I mean, they will moot down a bit, obviously, but they're still keeping their performance. They really spread really well, but without being an extra soft oil pastel, and I like that. It gives you many more options. You're not stuck with just one option. Look at that, I've overblended that, way overblended that, and it's still performing. That really is nice. Let's have a look at the white, shall we? Just because we can. Yeah, not bad. Not the best, but not bad. And it's because they've got a little bit of a firmer texture to it, because when they have a bit of a firmer texture, they tend to dig into the pastel a bit more and end up mixing with the pastel. So I'm really impressed with them. Shall we just see how they layer? That would be quite interesting, wouldn't it? We don't really normally do that. Let's get a yellow colour again. Put that underneath, because you usually need a firmer one underneath if you're going to do some text. They really do give you like a nice thin flat coverage. They don't go on too thick and sticky, and I like that a lot. Let's put black over the top. I've got spare blacks. This looks more like a blue than a black. A really dark navy blue. It is black though. I think it's because it's mixing with the yellow underneath. So I've just layered up over the top of that, as you can see. Let's see if I can just scratch into it. Brilliantly. Brilliantly. These pastels are pretty near to perfect for me. So first off, I'd just like to thank Meeden for sending these out to me and approaching me to review these. Meeden, for me, I haven't known of Meeden that many years, in fact probably under 2, but since I have found them to be an absolutely brilliant company. Very generous, and very generous to consumers as well, in the fact that they do very, very good quality materials and furniture, etc. And they do it at a really good price. And this pastel is no exception. This pastel, to me, as soon as I saw the box, looked luxurious. Like my wife said, looked like a box of posh chocolates. And they haven't disappointed at all. In fact, I could probably see myself using these a lot. They are softer than the likes of the Caran d'Ache, but they are nowhere near as soft as the Lightwish or the Sennelier. You've kind of got that in-betweenness, and they form a really nice thin layer for which you can work onto, but they're not overly textured. So you get some really nice flat colouring if that's what you want to do, to then blend on top. And the blending, I don't think I've ever seen anything that blends quite as good as these, if I'm being honest. Yes, Caran d'Ache and pastels like that, they do, obviously, but I'm talking about on the cheaper end of the scale. Anyway, they're all opaque, they're all light fast, they're very cheap, in my opinion. And they are very, very, very good quality. You will not go wrong with these. I hope sincerely that they bring out a larger set of these. My first thoughts are that they're better than their round sticks. But I'm going to do a comparison in the next couple of videos probably, just to see how we get on with that. I'm really quite excited by these. Well done, Meeden. I think that these are really, really good. And don't forget my discount code. I think it's JRE Meeden 163. I will double check and I will put that in the description so you can get yourself some discount off these. Thoroughly recommend them. Thoroughly recommend them. In fact, Score-wise, pointage-wise, I'm going to give them 10 out of 10. That's how much I like them. Brilliant. Well done, Meeden. I'm really chuffed, and thank you for sending them to me. Anyway, until next time, whomever or wherever you are, please have a great day, great week, and a great year. Don't forget I have memberships. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share wherever you can. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.